Hello, and welcome to our YouTube channel for
The Podcast Assemble.
yeah, this is an excerpt from our podcast, The Podcast Assemble. We talk about movies and TV shows, comic books, and video games.
You can find the link below. Check it out.
So basically, we were at dinner with some mates.
Absolutely.
Call out to the Hemingway Club.
Yeah.
Where one of the guys actually, we were just chatting, had a friend who apparently came in second. Like basically, might have even been. I think she flew out to LA for the pilot and some screenings for the Game of Thrones character Daenerys Stormborn,
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and didn't get it. Came in second.
Yeah.
And so it prompted us on the topic of one of the boys suggested, you guys should do some almost castings, which we were like, it's easy and fun. And yeah,
and it's awesome. I love the idea that he literally knows that person. So
and sorry to that person.
Yeah.
Your life goes on.
Gutted.
You will survive. I know you're probably still not over it.
I would
10
not
years
be over
later.
that. Oh my, could you imagine
That would suck.
the role of a lifetime?
Yeah.
Like she is like world famous
If
now.
it makes you feel any better, Amelia Clarke literally had no idea. It was just out of drama school. Could have been anybody. Right.
And she now is world famous, has a shit ton of money, and is the face of...
Also almost died
so
during the
many
filming
brands.
of that. Did you hear about this?
Which one?
The first 3 seasons, she was having brain aneurysms, had brain surgery in between seasons.
Actually,
couldn't even talk for months on end.
I think anyway, look,
that's insane.
We're getting way off topic here.
Yeah,
so
side topic.
So thank you to friends of the show, Joe, John, and Ben. Ben definitely does not care about this, but the other two may actually listen, which is fun. So thank you for this topic, guys. So we're going to talk about actors who missed out on massive roles. Now, there's a lot here, right? There's a lot to bite your teeth into, and I actually really love this. So this is actually one I think we could probably do over 2 episodes over a little while.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do is we'll stick to some of our favorites for today, and then next time maybe we can jump in some of the weirder and wilder ones. But what we might do then, is just talk about what difference it would have made if that person had got the role.
Yeah, I think we'd do what difference would have made. Would you have are you intrigued by this, or are you wow, that was super dumb? They've dodged a bullet.
Yeah, absolutely. Would this have made that movie better or worse than Aquaman?
So picking one at random.
I'm just going top down.
Okay, you're gonna go top down. My first one is Will Smith as Neo.
Love this one.
You love it?
I love how ridiculous it is.
Okay, so I was going to say there's no way Will Smith.
But there's one we have to pair this with after this, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But so he's become a YouTube influencer guy now, right?
Will Smith has.
Yeah, and he's got this big YouTube channel that apparently millions and millions of people watch. I've never seen it. He did an ad for whatever, but he apparently talked about this recently, and his reasoning was that he walked in to meet the Wachowskis, and apparently they were like, yeah, well, there's gonna be kung fu, and it's gonna be slow motion, and we're gonna invent this camera, and it's gonna go round, and you're gonna be this, and you're gonna be the chair, and he just apparently was like, I have no fucking idea what you're saying.
It was not really an organized meeting, and they just were
these guys were just fucking brain farting ideas everywhere, and they were just what do you think about it?
So excited.
But they couldn't.
So excited they couldn't. It's like me when I find a new show or a game. I'm trying to explain it, but I'm just too excited. Anyway,
just trying to get all the words out all at once.
I think that there's no way Will Smith could play the first half of the movie, or even the first movie.
Yeah.
As a whole, until the very end, pretty much, is Neo coming out of his nerdy hacker self and realizing actually I'm supposed to be something more. There's no way Will Smith can play that. These two character
completely agree.
He's got too much charisma, too much of a character, a smiley kind of guy. He couldn't do it.
Well, yeah, because the only movie I could think of where he goes against that type really for the whole movie. Did you ever see the movie After Earth that he did with his son?
I didn't see it.
Okay, right.
But it also didn't get great reviews.
Dire.
Yeah.
The whole point of the movie is we've moved off Earth, and they're doing a routine check of this area, and they end up coming down to Earth. He's a stoic warrior dude type thing who has learned to suppress his emotions, so he's just deadpan Will Smith the whole... It doesn't work. Well, just lacks everything. And also his son is a fucking dreadful actor.
Poor Jalen. No, he also, to be fair, just
pull no punches.
Couldn't do it. He doesn't look. He's too good looking to play honestly to play.
Whoa, Keanu Reeves is a beautiful man.
I'm not saying he's not, but you can look at Keanu Reeves and give him a weird haircut, do his hair a bit weird, and make him look like he's a bit of an awkward hacker. Fair. You can't make Will Smith look like that. True. He's just this yoked, charismatic dude.
I just think he encapsulated that so well. And then, but if you remember when The Matrix came out, he was he'd gone back to nobody. He'd like fallen off the scale.
For sure. This revitalized his career.
Yeah, I've heard like stories of like when the first trailer came out for The Matrix, people were in cinemas and they were laughing at the fact that Keanu Reeves was this character because he was such a joke.
Yeah.
Like from Bill and Ted and
well, that was his typecast. And then what was and also fucking Point Break, wasn't he in Point Break?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
That was way earlier.
He just did. He was seen as this like monochromatic, like doesn't have much chops, which I find really interesting. And sticking with that line of actors not fully understanding roles, there's one that you have to bring up off the back of that because for the same reason, Sean Connery apparently turned down the role as Gandalf
which, like,
in the Lord of the Rings because he didn't understand the movie. So he's actually got a history of this, interestingly. So there's a bunch of movies.
There's a ring. I can't even just Scottish accent. Can you do one?
He's
I can't.
really deep and Scottish.
Yeah, Scottish.
That's
a ring.
Yeah, that's a ring.
But is he what? A dwarf? I can't even do it. Anyway, not to mention like, with that Scottish accent, can you imagine him stumbling through a movie he didn't understand? I mean, thank God we didn't get that. Ian McKellen was perfect. Perfect for this.
Yeah, Ian McKellen was perfect. And what's interesting is that he had fallen right off the map. So he was one of the earlier...
Ian did.
He was one of the earlier actors who came out as like a gay actor. And it was still very much weird at that point.
Crazy.
Anyway... He was one of the very first actors to come out, and it really derailed his career. Like, he never went away. He did, like, a lot of musicals, and he was in plays, but he was never a big screen presence.
Fair enough.
And then this came around, and then you had X-Men pretty soon as well. All of a sudden, one of the biggest stars in the world. Okay. It's incredible. But can you imagine saying no to anything because you don't understand the script? Like, what the fuck? And then to cap it all
surely
off...
at this point, though, like, Lord of the Rings was, like a... It's huge. The books were huge.
I mean, the books have
so, like, you would have known, like, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
It's like a sure thing.
And because,
people are gonna go watch
because
it.
he didn't take this role, he then went and took the role in... Do you remember The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah.
Like, probably the worst superhero movie of all time. Movie. And he literally quit acting because of that role.
Did he really? He's like, fuck this, I'm done.
He literally quit acting because of that role. So, like, maybe do something you don't understand occasionally. Maybe push your own boundaries a little bit. Like...